Italian authorities are struggling to find places for migrants who continue to arrive in the country. Meanwhile, hospitals and schools in Aleppo, Syria were forced to move underground. Kristine Domingo tells us why.
In Syria, Amnesty International reports that barrel bombs, containers packed with explosives and projectiles that are dropped from helicopters, killed some 3,000 civilians in the northern Aleppo governorate last year and have killed more than 11,000 in Syria since 2012. Many amateur videos posted on the internet purports to show the devastating effects of barrel bombs dropped on civilian areas across Syria. Director of Amnesty International's Middle East and North Africa program, Philip Luther, said that the research, based on interviews with Syrian residents and survivors and analysis of hours of video footage, suggested that barrel bombs have killed thousands of civilians in Aleppo.
When civilians hear the hissing sound so characteristic of barrel bomb attacks, they essentially know they've got 2 minutes in which they can try and seek refuge.
Syrian government forces have been often following the so-called double tap strikes,
where actually there's a barrel bomb attack and then a second barrel bomb attack 15-30 minutes later, which then kills those who have then tried to rescue those killed in the first attack.
In Italy, some 4 hours after arriving at the Sicilian port of Pozzallo on Tuesday, migrants began disembarking from a ship at port under the blazing sun. Italian authorities are struggling to find places for the thousands of migrants that continue to reach its shores. Many hours seem to be spent waiting once a ship has arrived at port before the migrants are allowed off for medical and security checks. Places to house the migrants also need to be found. Normally, local holding centers are too full to house new arrivals, and onward travel needs to be arranged in different regions. First priority for those leaving the ship is given to women and children and anyone with a medical condition, leaving mainly men to suffer sweltering temperatures on board the docked vessel for hours. 369 migrants arrived on the 40-meter Phoenix ship run by international non-governmental organizations Médecins Sans Frontières or MSF and Migrant Offshore Aid Station or MOAS. Rescue workers at the port said 67 of the migrants were women, 4 of whom were pregnant. The UN Refugee Agency said some 51,000 have entered Europe by sea, with 30,500 coming via Italy. Kristine Domingo reporting for Y News.